What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. So, in light of all the news circulating Jay-Z, the stuff that's been going on with Diddy for like a year now, but as of recent, over the last few months, I want to address an interesting dynamic, right? And I want to talk about as it pertains to Diddy. Why was there such a unified stance amongst the black community to get Diddy up out of here compared to R.Kelly, right? Now I know some of y'all gonna say, well, when we saw the tape of him beating Cassie, which was horrible, it was horrific, it was despicable, kicking her like she was next to nothing. Some of y'all gonna say when we saw that tape, it was just like we had to stand on a united front together for real, right? But we had tape of R. Kelly on video with a 15-year-old baby. And it was like the hood was still divided. People didn't want to get Kales up out of here. People were staunchly defending him. People were walking in lockstep with R. Kelly. People were victim shaming little black girls. All them little fast little girls wanted it. That's what they get for being fast around grown men, right? It was a thing where the girls were being attacked. The parents were being attacked. And R. Kelly was being left off of the hook. He was being absolved for his lusting for little girls. He was being absolved for that. He was like, yo, people were really trying to protect him from the fact that he was a predator. He had a thing for underage girls, you know what I mean? And it was like when the stuff with Diddy came out, majority of everybody I knew was cracking jokes on him. They was like, yo, he guilty, get him up out of here. And men was in lockstep for real. Like, let's get him up out of here. What was the difference? I'm going to make y'all come to a harsh reality. Let's be for real. Why the hood in general was so quick to really get Diddy up out of here versus R. Kelly, I think that one of the main reasons was gay stuff was attached to Diddy's name. Because there was gay activity hinted to in these allegations, for real. And there were gay rumors around Diddy for the longest of time. And now, but especially back then, gay rumors were more damning than pedophilia rumors in the hood. Let's be for real, man. If you was gay, you was gonna face more ridicule than being a predator in the black community. That's why in the hood we had people who uncles and stepfathers and great uncles was creeps. And they were still allowed to be at the family reunion, still allowed to be at family events and family outings and family celebrations and cookouts and barbecues and shit, right? But your gay cousin, he better not come around this motherfucker. You feel me? Your gay girl cousin, she getting looks, she getting talked about when she coming with her special friend, her roommate. Your gay cousin coming with his roommate, you know what I'm saying, to the event. He getting all type of stares and ridiculed and all of that. You feel me? But the I can't keep saying that word. But because YouTube gonna demonetize me. But the creep, the predator in the family, he all around. He making plates and shit. He dancing, cha-cha sliding, telling all the kids, hey y'all, give your uncle a hug, all that shit. You feel me? That's really what it came down to, man. Now, it could be some other things. People are gonna say, well, the way we treat they're going to say, well, I think that the community has come a long way from victim shaming. And now we looked at child predators and the way we should have looked at them in the past. And yeah, some of that is true, but I can't always say that's true, though, because there are still to this day people who will say free R. Kelly. Now, Kel's music is phenomenal. I told y'all, the music, I can't get around listening to the music because the music is phenomenal, right? But it's one thing for me to enjoy the music and for me to actively be saying free R. Kelly, he need to be let go. Is Negroes in the hood right now that will stand on the front lines to get Kales out of jail. It's grown-ass women in their 50s and 60s that will stand on the front lines to get Kales out of jail, even though we saw him on tape with a little itty-bitty baby, violating the hell out this little baby, taking advantage of her in every way possible, groomed up from the start, right? Knowing this girl was not cognitively developed to understand she was being groomed and taken advantage of by a grown-ass man. With all of us knowing that there will still be black women in their 50s and 60s standing outside with the damn picket signs in their hand saying, free R.Kelly, he ain't do nothing. Y'all need to let him go. We love Kels, right? Men and women. Like R.Kelly was still, after the video came out, had grown ass women rubbing all on his lower area at concerts, girls and women in their 50s, 60s. You know what I'm saying? Because they were chastised for being just fast little girls when stuff happened to them. So in their mind, let's do the same thing to these other babies, because we was chastised for being fast little girls and being fast around grown men when men were obviously grooming them and taking advantage of them. They passed down that trauma to the younger girls, right? Instead of addressing it. You feel me? So let's be for real. That's what happened. And then, you know, now they still, it's videos of grown ass women at the R.Kelly concerts patting his tongue and shit with a rag. Look this up. I'm not lying. I wish I was. Women patting his tongue when he's sticking his tongue out his mouth with a rag. 50, 60-year-old women, right? And there's men out here who walk in lockstep with Kels to this day. And I can never I listen to the music and stuff. I can never holler free him when I saw him violating a 15-year-old baby. I got a 13-year-old daughter, fam. A 13-year-old daughter. And while I keep her close to my hip, all of that, you feel me, been with her every step of the way. I just think about my children and the man lusting after my baby like that. And I'll knock his motherfucking teeth out his mouth. So anyway, but let me get back to the point. Yeah, I think with Diddy, men wanted to get Diddy up out of here. And I'm not saying, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Diddy innocent. And I'm not saying Diddy didn't do nothing wrong. I believe, you know, from what I've seen from Diddy and stuff, especially in that video with Cassie, I believe a lot of the stuff that was going on, he more than likely was doing a lot. You feel me? He probably was doing a lot of that. You feel me? He probably was. You know what I mean? And we will see how it all plays out in court. He probably was. So I'm not trying to act like Diddy was an angel in this. I'm not. That's not my goal of making this video. You know, but we will see what happened with Diddy when in the court proceedings or whatever. But he might have was doing some of that stuff. And when you can see him in that video, how he was doing Cassie, you like, oh no, he got a sinister. That sinister shit is all on him. You can see it in the video, right? But my point is this: people didn't question it. Like people in the black community, they were like, nah, we getting Diddy up out of here. Motherfuckers didn't care. Mars was laughing. Mars was making jokes. Mars say, get his creepy ass up out of here. Get his freaky ass up out of here. Men a lot of men wasn't walking. I mean, Slim Thug, but there wasn't a lot of men riding with Diddy like they was riding with Kels. And some would argue maybe it's because Kels was making all the music that we love. And Diddy wasn't making no music that we love like that. Well, he was producing a lot of the music that we love. He was behind a lot of the artists. He was the man that was responsible for a lot of the artists becoming who they became as far as like building their career up and their image. I told y'all, I'm a fan of Big. But Big don't become the notorious B.I.G. with that aura if Diddy don't shape him up and mold him like that. He would still be doing party and bullshit type songs. He wouldn't have been doing One More Chance and Juicy and Sky's the Limit. Like, he wouldn't be doing them type of songs. He wouldn't be doing a Player Smooth Fly, you know, Heavy D type, gangster Heavy D type rap and all of that. He wouldn't been doing all that smooth for stuff for the ladies like that at times. Even though he was aggressive, he was making songs like with some Mac ability in it. He wouldn't have been doing that if he wouldn't have got with Diddy. Diddy molded him in there. So Diddy was behind a lot of the music that we really, really enjoyed too. The issue was that men couldn't stand next to Diddy because Diddy had them gay allegations on him. And when men, like again, in the hood, being gay is a lot of times worse than being a predator. And that's being for real. It was so many damn predators and grown-ass men in the hood that you knew was like, oh man, you would mess with a little girl if you could really get away with that shit. And motherfuckers knew it. But if a dude was gay or a girl was gay, especially a dude, if a dude was gay, oh no, his ass, motherfuckers wasn't rocking with him at all. They couldn't wait to get his ass from around you. You feel me? So yeah, that's what it really came down to. Diddy had gay allegations on his name, and Kels later had some stuff that was funny with girls dressing up like dudes, but it wasn't like Diddy at all, you know?